Well, developing today out of Minnesota, a manhunt ends in arrest after a state lawmaker was killed and another injured. Now the suspect has his first day in court. Some of the stunning new details are just beginning to come to light. Investigative reporter AJ Legault with our sister station in Minneapolis joining us now. AJ, good to have you.
Thank you, Simone.
Let's start with the suspect because there's just been so many questions since we saw that chilling image of him with the mask on. What do we know about who he is? Maybe a connection to the victims?
We really don't know what the connection with the victims would be, but Vance Bolter did serve on some workforce development boards over the years with the state, and he would have served on the same board as Senator John Hoffman, but those are large boards, and Bolter was an unpaid volunteer on these positions, and so we don't really know if those two men knew each other. What we know is that Bolter, his vehicle that was found outside of Representative Melissa Hortman's home after she was shot and killed along with her husband Mark, had a list with about 45 lawmakers' names on it. Some folks have described it as a manifesto, but there doesn't seem to be anything that really speaks to motivation there. It's a list of names. The lawmakers who were shot were not even at the top of the list. It also, mentions some abortion providers on there with notations about lawmakers who may have supported past abortion rights laws.
I wanted to ask, he had his first day in court. I know you've been following that closely. He is just facing a slew of charges. Some are federal, some are state. Any of them stand out to you in a big way?
Well, the federal charges are going to take precedence over the state charges, and those federal charges could potentially come with a death sentence. So very serious charges there as they were looking at them. We did learn a lot more today through the federal court system of just the amount of weapons he had on him. There were multiple AK-47s, there were multiple 9mm handguns that were in a vehicle. He was armed when he was taken into custody late last night, and how that happened is interesting in and of itself. With a neighbor, he was spotted on a trail cam like you would use in the woods to spot deer or turkeys, wild game.
I've got to ask you, I know it's early, there's a lot of investigation still to come. Any indication about motive at this point?
As a journalist, an investigative journalist, we always want to know, who, what, when, where, and the most important question, of course, is why. And why is the answer we really don't have right now. None of the law enforcement folks we've spoke with have been able to directly address that. And as we said, they've described the list of lawmakers' names that was found as a manifesto. It was not the type of manifesto we've seen in other cases. I was a reporter in Virginia for more than a decade and covered what happened out at Virginia Tech. And remember what the gunman sent there. That was a manifesto. This was a list of names. So we really don't have that answer to why.
Yeah, a lot of trauma, just chilling details that we're just beginning to learn about this suspect and the heinous crime he committed. Investigative reporter AJ Legault with our sister station in Minneapolis. Thank you for your time and kind of walking us through some of these details. Thank you.